Watch as ASA instructor Jason Cox teaches sail trim and all about rigging and sails.
Yeah. And another big thing is keep in mind all sailboats are different. Yeah. So like
Hi, I'm Tony.
And I'm Kathy.
And welcome to our adventures on Dreamweaver.
sailboats are different. Yeah. So like 40-foot thin keel is not going to stand up to as much wind as a full keel, right? These are just general guidelines to kind of get you started on stuff like that. So, all right, so with the jib, and I'm talking about boats that we're going to be in, not these high performance boats, things like that, okay, racing boats and such. So on the boats that we're going to be on, what is it going to help control the jib? What controls do we have available?
The jib sheet,
Jib cars, jib cars, and then technically the halyard also. But most of us aren't going to mess with the halyard, okay? But we'll talk about it briefly, but we're not going to get too much into the halyard on the jib anyway, okay? All right. What about the main?
the traveler, and main sheet,
Traveler changes the angle of attack without affecting the sail shape.
the boom
Main
bank,
sheet eases and trim the sails.
top and lift.
You can use that in light winds. We'll talk about that very briefly.
The boom bank,
Bang. Okay. Luff tension, or I'm sorry, leech tension.
okay.
What else?
Cunningham,
Cunningham, luff tension.
what's the Cunningham?
We'll walk up there and look at it.
Okay.
Or you can actually see it right there. See that little grommet or kringle right there, just above the tack?
Yeah,
That's the Cunningham right there.
okay.
And we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh,
So that's going to help
how it's
control.
connected and
Yeah, line goes through. Line
Yeah.
goes through it and
Yeah.
pull down.
and there's several of them, so you can pick
Okay, just the one.
Okay.
What else? What else controls the luff tension?
The halyard,
Halyard. Halyard. Yeah. And what else? What's another control?
the angle, well,
Brian?
huh? I don't know either.
Alcohol. Alcohol controls the foot tension.
Okay,
Okay. And then if you have it on your boat, and some cruising boats have it, but most of us don't. Once you add it, a backstay adjustment.
okay,
Okay, backstay adjustment. All right, so the size boat, we're going to use Tony's boat as an example, right up 40 feet.
okay,
Okay, so and this will be good for I don't know that 36 to 40 to 42 range. Depending on the boat. It's just a general rule to get you going. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay? And we'll talk about your side boat too. So light winds will be 3 to 8 knots,
Okay.
somewhere in that range. The medium winds or perfect winds will be that 9 to 14 range for Tony's size boat. And then more moderate winds before it's time to reef for Tony's size is going to be around 15 to 18 knots.
okay,
Okay. But Brian, on your boat, you're going to be looking at more like 3 to 7 knots would be light, 8 to 12 would be perfect.
Yeah.
13 to 15. Anything after 15, you're going to reef. Okay. So we'll have a starting point for the jib bar. And once again, this is just to kind of get you started. Okay. Like on this boat, we use 20, 21, whatever it is. Whatever that bar is. I forget whatever number that is. We just call it 20 for now. Okay. And how you find that kind of starting point is you have to kind of use your imagination. So here's the jib car.
Yeah.
And here's the clue of the jib.
Okay.
And that's the line that's connecting it, right? The jib sheet. So you want to use your imagination and follow it to the luff of the jib. What you're trying to do is somewhat bisect it.
Okay.
40 to 50 degrees. That's to be perfect because that's going to be, you're going to move it. It's just to give you a place to put it to start out with.
Okay.
That's all. So you're looking to be around 40 to 50 degrees. I usually try to get mine around 50. So if I use my imagination and a full jib, I'm going to split that luff in half.
Is that generally in the middle of that jib car? No.
No.
Okay.
Does that make sense so far? Okay. So if it's pointing too high, what do we need to do? Say it's at 35.
Bring it in the back.
Move it back, right? Makes sense. Yeah. So we're going to say the starting point on this boat is say 20. Okay. So now we're in light modes. Okay, so we need to create power, which typically is going to be creating a belly, right?
Yeah.
So for in light winds, on the jib, we said the jib first in the main because of slot effect, right?
Okay.
Jib first in the main. So what we're going to do is move the jib car from that fictional number 20. We're going to move it forward 2 or 3 spots.
Okay.
And that's going to start giving us a belly.
Yeah.
What it's doing is pulling down on the leech of the sail, easing the tension on the foot, allowing you to create power. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So we do to one sail, we do to the other. On the main, in fact, I'm going to demonstrate this real quick. On the main,
What's line called?
no, I just ease the higher. So on the main, less luff tension. Back up. Luff tension in general controls that draft or belly position. Okay, so we're going to say this is here's the tack and here's the clue back there. Okay. So the position, we want to typically keep the belly position around 40%. Okay, and it's going at an angle because the sail is at an angle, right? So we're going to keep it, this is say, past the 50% mark, right about here. Okay. So we want to typically keep it around 40%. But in light winds, we're going to allow it to go to 50%.
Okay.
So if you step up here, Brian, you can stand up. I'll hold the wheel real quick. Look where starting at the bottom of the first sail slide. Okay. You're going to see that there's a wrinkle there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now look up to the next one, another wrinkle, and then up again, another wrinkle.
Yeah.
There's at least, and I didn't look that far up, but there's at least 3 wrinkles. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've done it. We moved that belly to the round. Go where you started. All right. What we do to one part of the sail, we do to the other. Look at the end of the boom over here, and you're going to see there's numbers there, 1 through 12. He's going to want it somewhere around that 10 mark. I mean, he's got a in-mast furling system, so a little different. He can still use that.
Yeah.
So from the 10, what we're going to do is ease the outhaul about 2 inches. So that glue is going to move forward 2 inches.
Okay.
And that's going to give us the belly on the lower third of the sail.
Okay.
So the outhaul controls the belly depth, the
Yeah.
draft depth.
Yeah.
On the lower third, the backstay adjuster, which a lot of us are not going to have, controls the top 2/3.
Okay.
Okay.
And tell them what that does about bending the mast.
Yeah, so the backstay adjuster basically will bow or bend the mast.
Yeah.
If you tension it, as winds build, you're going to tension it. If winds are light, you're going to use it.
Get more rebellion. Where is the alcohol adjuster? I don't even think I'm.
It is on that side over there, I believe. We'll play with these tools in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go up there and show you guys the Cunningham real quick. Okay. Okay. And you'll want to stand up to see, so you can see
Okay.
what's going on. Brian, you can steer with your foot.
Okay.
When I get up there.
Sorry about the sound. It just didn't get it recorded well. But here, Jason Cox is going to show you how to set up the Cunningham. He has the line there in his hand, and then he is going to insert it through the kringle in the sail. It's a hole with a grommet in it. It comes through that kringle and then back down to the boom itself. As you can see, when it pulls it down, it pulls the sail down and pulls the luff down towards the boom itself. It works similar to tightening the halyard or pulling the halyard up.
On the triangle back. Right, I can't remember if your sail has one or not, I'll be honest with you. I think you have to use the halyard, but we'd have to take a look.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Something I've never touched before.
Yeah.
If it's there.
No, I haven't either.
If you do, it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the way I've had the Beneteau. I think the Beneteau, the Morgan, and Hunter were all three set up just like this.
Explain that Cunningham to me again. So you release tension on the halyard and you know how more of a belly is the tail and the dorsal front of the sail.
So I've released the halyard, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And it allowed the sail to drop.
Yeah.
Creating from the bottom, working your way up. It creates scalloping between the tack and the first slide.
Okay.
Then slide to slide.
Yeah.
And we're looking for about 3 slight wrinkles. I let too much out.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that just allows for more of a belly in the lower
Position.
edge of the sail.
Yeah, position. Allows it to, if you ease it,
Yeah.
the belly will go aft. If you tension it, it goes forward.
Okay.
So as winds are building, which we're getting ready to talk about in a moment, it'll start to flatten the backside of the sail.
Okay. Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're still on light winds, right? So that's what we do with light winds, just the basics, okay? There's way more to it, which we're going to work our way slowly into everything, okay? Now winds are getting to those perfect winds. Your boat's 8 to 12. Tony's boat's going to be 9 to 14-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. If you move the jib car forward, move it back 2 spots. Or if you already know your number, your starting number, move it to 20. Or on your boat, Brian, it's probably going to be like 8 or 10 or something like that. Okay. I don't know your boat, Tony. But get it back to that starting point. You can put a little green dot right there.
Yeah.
Get a Sharpie. Put a little green dot. A dot, just, say, hey, this is where I want to start my every single day. Okay. Now we're back to the perfect winds. Jib bar, then we go aft, back to where you started it from. Okay.
Yeah.
The higher tension. Now we want to start getting rid of those wrinkles. It needs to be at the 40% mark, so you're going to use the halyard and Cunningham to get rid of the wrinkles.
Okay.
So you don't want to make it so tight you have a vertical wrinkle. This is the tack, so it'll try to make so if the sail, this is the mast. A lot of times that wrinkle kind of go like that. Okay, that's too tight.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes when it's real windy, I'll make that wrinkle and then pop it out real quick. Use the Cunningham or the halyard to get rid of the scalloping, right? Going at the mast. And then we're going to go back. We ease the alcohol 2 inches. We're going to trim it and move it back 2 inches to its starting point. We'll call it 10 on the gauge up there, okay? Now we're starting to flatten sails. Light wind, we build, create power. As it winds build, we flatten sails. Okay. Now we get into those more moderate winds before it's time to reef. Jib bar goes aft 2 or 3 spots. Okay. So now we're pulling more on the foot, correct? But we're easing the luff or the leech tension, allowing us to start making a twist in the sail to spill wind if we need to. So close leech, open leech. No twist, twist. Make sense? Okay. So now we're going to start potential spilling wind. So we move that back. Same thing with the outhall and the Cunningham. as your winds are building, you're gonna keep getting scallop in there, so you got to get rid of that again. Okay, and then the out haul, make the foot straight. After that, start reaching.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get back to some more what we'll call basic stuff here. When the Windex or the arrow up top is 90 degrees and forward, we're going to use our telltales. Okay, 90 degrees and forward. Okay. So that's why we teach everybody, in my classes anyway, I teach everybody, we're not racing. So whenever Brian, whether he's tacking, jibing, heading up, bearing away, he makes his maneuver, he gets there, right? And then you're crew.
Yeah.
So you're going to look up top real quick and just ask yourself a simple question. Is that arrow 90 and forward? The answer is yes. Use your telltales. Jib first in the main. Jib first in the main. Okay? Downwind, let them out like we just did. Get a big belly in the jib. Main goes all the way out. Okay? No telltales. All right. So, say we're selling beam reach and height. You guys should already know this. Beam reach and height, okay? We're using our telltales. Inside's telltales bad. Trim in. Inside's bad, trim in. Outside's bad, ease out. Inside's bad, trim in. Outside's bad, ease out.
And it's always moving towards whatever. I think I'm moving it towards whatever telltales are not working right. Kind of.
Yeah, inside's bad,
Yeah.
trim in. Outside's bad, ease out. Just follow your bad telltale.
Yeah.
Okay. On your main, if you don't have in-mass furling like Tony does, you'll have leech telltales like this one does. Okay, this one should have 5, right? 1 at every back. There we go. Okay, so you got 1's the top, 5's the bottom. Forget about the bottom.
Okay.
Don't worry about that one. The top one's going to play peekaboo. So it's going to come out, it's going to hide, come out, and hide, come out, and hide. Okay? That means we're focusing on this boat, 3. You have 3 on yours, I think, Brian. So you're focusing on the middle set. This is all, this is why we're learning at the beginning stages, okay? So you should be focusing on the middle set of jib telltales. Forget about the top and the bottom, okay? Middle set of telltales. Don't worry about the top and the bottom, okay? Inside's bad, trim in, outside's bad, ease out, okay? On your leech of your main, focus on, like I have 3, so we focus on those 3, right? 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. You're going to focus on, I think you have 4 on yours, Brian. So you'll focus on 2 and 3. I can't remember. You have to take a look at that. All right. So those should be streaming the bulk of the time. Now, when the telltales are not streaming, what can cause that not to stream out here?
Tail's not trimmed properly.
That's one.
Yeah.
Or ocean sail. Think about the ocean.
Very wind direction.
What's happening right now? We're going up and down because of waves, right?
Yeah.
So you have sets of waves. Like, everybody knows what a set is. Waves. Like, if you're watching the ocean, for example, you sit in a beach chair. I'm sitting in my beach chair. I'm looking at the ocean. Straight ahead of me, you're going to have a set coming to you, and it's going to be yay wide, and it's going to be a small wave, and it's going to build. And say there's 6 to 12 waves to be set. Okay. But eventually, that set wave's going to come in, and it's going to get flat in front of you. But while that was going on, maybe about halfway through it, just making up. So, on either side of that set, if you're in the middle of in front of you, you're going to have another set begin on your side. So, okay. So we're sailing in and out of those sets constantly. Okay. So when we're ocean sailing, the telltales, we want to trim them for 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. Okay. 3 to 5 seconds. So, and you have to learn to feel the boat. You feel what's going on. Like right now, you sit away, right? So the telltales are going to break and they're going to drop.
Okay.
Okay. But in a moment, we'll flatten out. Okay. And they'll start streaming again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On a day like today, probably 3 to 5 seconds. What you're looking for, a calmer day, you should get to 5 seconds. Try to always get to 3 unless it's crazy choppy. Just be happy you're in that. Just while you're learning, focus on the middle set of the jib, middle set on the main.
Okay.
Forget about the main. Forget about that. The bottom one, top one's gonna play peekaboo, and then focus on your whatever your middle numbers are.
All right.
Okay. Boom position when we're starting out. Okay. We did this the other day, I believe, but use the boom bang or the main sheet and get it. If it's a boom that's supposed to be horizontal,
Yeah.
then get it in that position.
Okay.
Okay. Start it out there, and then when you're sailing, look at your top batten. Okay. Your top batten is going to get close to in line with your boom.
Okay.
Okay. When it starts opening up like that, you're creating twists, and that might be a good thing, which we'll get into in a moment. But as from just a starting point, start it out with like that. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're doing that, just that little bit we just talked about, you're doing more than most sailors are doing. At least half of them. Most people don't.
More than I've been doing.
That's what I'm saying. Most people don't do this stuff. They don't. Yeah,
I've never messed with that can with alcohol.
Yeah, many of students we get that have sailed before, they don't use these controls, and that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
I got an example for you, but it's on camera, so I can't talk about it right now. That
Oh, well.
a good story.
You can, I'll cut it out.
Huh?
You can, I'll cut it out.
Sure.
Oh,
Now we're getting to the next section. Okay, so now we're going to start using more controls. Okay, upwind, downwind, things like that. Okay, so now we're getting more kind of working our way into more advanced sail trim. Okay, so say your jib. I know yours has 3 telltales on it. Yours probably has 3 also. Yeah, this one has 4. But we talked before, like from a very beginning standpoint, use the middle set on your jib, right? Yeah. So we have our uppers, our mids, and our lowers. Technically, they should all 3 be streaming.
Okay.
Okay, and they should break the same.
Yeah.
And to get that to happen, we use twist.
Okay.
We either add twist or get rid of twist. Okay, so if your mid is good and your bottom one's good, but your top one is not, move your jib car forward. And as you're moving it forward, it'll start streaming. Okay, if your upper, your mid's good and your bottom was not, move your jib bar out. Okay, and the twist. The reason you're wanting to twist is the airflow at the top of the mast is different than down here if you have friction on the water, right?
Okay.
So that's where the twist is going to come into play. So once you've kind of mastered, all right, I understand. You guys are probably at that point already. You understand how to do the middle set. That's 101 stuff basically. Okay. Then start tinkering with the jib bar after that to get all 3 of those streaming. And use the 3 to 5 second rule. Feel the boat, what's going on. If you're say Matt's over there and he's grinding, and he stops and he looks at his telltales, and they're breaking. Well, was because we just hit that wave right there?
Yeah.
See how we're rocking?
Yeah.
They're breaking like crazy right now.
Yeah.
You know, so you need to wait. Now we're flat. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4.
Okay.
So they should be streaming at this point. If they're not, then you're not set up properly.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You may need to adjust your twist or trim the sail, ease the sails, whatever it may be.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Then coming back to the main.
So if that top one's not streaming, you move that jib bar forward, you're introducing more twist at the top. And
You're
it's-
decreasing twist, moving it forward. Jib bar goes forward, you're decreasing the twist. You're
Okay.
pulling down on the leash.
Oh, yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
if you push it forward, then you trim in your dip sheet. It's
Yeah,
going
you're getting rid of the
Yeah.
twist.
Okay, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're introducing more belly.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
It all comes into.
Yeah.
You don't want to overpower your boat.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you're doing all of these controls, watch your speed, watch your clinometer.
Yeah.
Try to keep it 10 to 15 degrees.
Yeah.
If you're getting over that, then you may want that twist to spill wind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's all relative to what your goal is. Most of us want to go as fast as we can, but want the boat comfortable.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be heeled over 20 degrees for hours.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, going to your main. The rest of the controls that most of us are going to have on the boat is would be the boom bang and the traveler. Lighter winds, you want that boom over the middle or just leeward of the middle. So over the middle, really light winds, you're talking about using the popping lift. You know, you can move that in really, really light wind. You can move the traveler windward of the middle to get the boom over the center. You can actually use that boom topping lift to raise it up to try to create some power in a sail. Really, really light winds. Most of us, that light, most of us turn the engine on though.
Your little belly. Yeah.
Yeah, it can help create power. Upwind sailing, we've done this already. You know, if you start to get overpowered, probably the first thing you're going to do is start moving that traveler leeward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The leading edge of the sail will start luffing a little bit, but the back end of the sail will stay full. And it's real common to sail long distances like that. Okay. I've had mine down. I mean, well, we have it down for downwind now, but you know, for days I've had it all the way down, just that leading edge luffing. It'll sail will be fine doing that. Boom bang, as the boom starts going out, the main sheet will not be able to hold that boom down anymore. As it's going out, it's going to start raising up like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's where the boom bang is going to come into play. That if you need power, that might be a good thing, or need more twist.
Okay.
Right. But if you need to get rid of the twist or start depowering, boom bang, bring it down, flatten the sail, and then once again, just keep it on your beam reaching higher. Just watch your telltales. Figure out if you need to add twist or not. You know, if you need more twist, let your main sheet or your boom bang, let the boom go up. So basically,
So do you adjust if you need more twist in it, do you adjust the main sheet or the boom bang?
But keep in mind that once it depends on where the boom's going to be.
Okay.
Once the boom comes in, the main sheet will do the job.
Okay. Yeah.
It's whenever
If it's
main
out there,
sheet's
then
not doing the job, that's
boom
going to be
bang.
the bang.
But really when it's just out
When
hanging
it's
out.
down.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, downwind especially.
Okay.
Yeah. Bigger winds, downwind, you need to use that. You want a flat sail.
Okay.
Flat sail.
Can I
Okay.
play that seat beside him? Guy told me one time the mind can only endure what the rear end, can absorb what the rear end can endure.
Yeah.
The rear end, been done.
I always feel like I'm forgetting stuff. I'm sure I am.
Thank you.
Trying to go through my head. There's more
Next
stuff.
episode on
John,
Dreamweaver
in this
SV.
white sperm suit.
Instead of Big Bird, I'm an abominable snowman.
I don't know what's going on. He's done a really good job on saying it. I cannot take credit for any of it.